Good evening and welcome to another installment of the New York Minute Sports Show. The Yankees lose a pitcher's duel in the Bronx. It's New York Minute Sports. It's New York sports for New York nuts. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's go!
Think of your children pledging allegiance to the Maple Leaf.
It's New York Minute Sports.
Well, there you have it, folks. Welcome to another installment of the New York Minute Sports Show. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. What a pitcher's duel we just got to witness, folks. Toronto Blue Jays fans and Yankee fans have to be over the moon for what they have and what for the future lays in store for Yesavage and Cam Schlittler. People were telling us a pitcher's duel, and it lived up to the billing tonight in the Bronx. Both pitchers, 6 innings. Cam Schlittler gave up 8 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 7 Ks, and went 106 pitches. Just like I said for his last outing, the training wheels are off Cam Schlittler. He is an elite pitcher in Major League Baseball. Period. Stop. This isn't no Luis Heel Rookie of the Year nonsense. This is on a different level. He is throwing 3 fastballs and is one of the most efficient pitchers in all of Major League Baseball. The presence that he has on the mound. He has ice running through his veins and has the composure of a 10-year vet at 24 years of age. And it seems like he rises to the occasion. The bigger the moment, the bigger Cam Schlittler gets. Just think back to that performance that he had in the Bronx against the Boston Red Sox. I was in the building. It's one of the most impressive things that I've seen in person. But you know what? He went pitch for him tonight, and return of the Savage. It's Yesavage, and he is the real deal, and he picked up exactly where he left off from last year's playoffs. 6 innings pitched, 2 hits, no earned runs, 0 walks. 8 Ks and 95 pitches with that over-the-top, funky style that he has. Nobody even came close to his stuff tonight, and you knew this was going to get into the bullpen, and things started to get shaky. And you know what? I thought the Yankees were having a problem defending the ball tonight, but Toronto Blue Jays entered the chat, and they started playing defense like they were on roller skates. And you know what? You know this is a pitcher's duel when a walk, a sac fly, and an infield single are responsible for all the runs in this ball game. The Blue Jays win 2-1. We got a big game tomorrow in the Bronx with none other than scrambled eggs for brain, chips in my elbow, Carlos Rodon. And I want you to look at Cam Schlittler's performance tonight and look at Rodon's tomorrow. And just know that one of them is making $26.5 million more than the other guy. Cam Schlittler in the 7th inning, when he started getting into trouble, you know what? Aaron Baboon Bubbles Buffoon, wow, made the right decision again tonight. You know what? I always get on Aaron Boone's case for wanting to pull the hook like JoJo the Indian Circus Boy with a pretty new pet, and he always wants to get into that bullpen. But I think that he trusts in Yesavage like a 10-year vet. And training wheels off, that's a good experience for Cam Schlittler to have. Even though he is impressive and he is dominant, there's a lot of experiences that he hasn't had in Major League Baseball. Bases juiced, 7th inning, no outs, get out of it, kid. And the Yankees defense did not help at all. And that falls on the play with Austin Wells and Paul Goldschmidt. I am placing the blame directly on Austin Wells. If you look at that play, Paul Goldschmidt is 4 feet away from the batter next to the foul line. As soon as it is bunted, he goes, I got it, I got it, I got it. He runs to the ball. Austin Wells is having an out-of-body experience, runs up to the ball, and tries to field it. That is Austin. Paul Goldschmidt is the elder statesman. If you hear his voice anywhere around that diamond, you go off. You yield to Paul Goldschmidt. The man has more gold gloves than you have home runs this year, Austin Wells, and you need to bag out on that. And now what I'm starting to see from Austin Wells is that his offensive struggles now, he's 2 for 32. His offensive struggles are now starting to bleed over into his defensive metrics, because when you are going that bad, you start to feel like you're not even playing the sport anymore. And Austin Wells was out to lunch on that play. It extended the inning, and Cam Schlittler wound up walking in a run. And what an impressive at-bat by Jimenez tonight to get Cam Schlittler out of the game. He had a 13-pitch at-bat against Cam Schlittler to make him exit the game. And then once Cam was out, once Yesavage was out, both teams put the roller skates on and started playing like, whoa, whoa. The Blue Jays got the bug. What is your right fielder doing? He just did, whoa, sprawled out. Your pitcher looked like it had a bag of grease on that ball, but the Toronto Blue Jays wind up pulling it out. But to the Yankees, not only did they lose, they might have lost another player with the injury bug going around the Bronx, and that's none other than Trent Grisham. And you know, I have not been the biggest fan of Trent Grisham, but I do not wish injuries on anybody. But as you know, I call it how it is right here on New York Minute Sports. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Trent popped the ball up. He thought it was going to get caught. He dogged it out of the box. It was up for interpretation. He noticed that he actually had to run. The ball drops. He turns it on, and he goes a little limp around second base. And now he's holding the outside of his left leg, which is usually an ACL, MCL. I failed medical school a few times, but the anterior cruciate ligament is something that he was rubbing on his leg. So you're going to have to look out for that. And immediately Spencer Jones comes into the game. Now, Spencer Jones is going to have to start producing at some point. He's gotten a free ride. I know that he's had to see Mizorowski, Yesavage, Dylan Cease. He's seen a lot of tough pitching since he's been up in the majors in the short cup of coffee that he's had here. But he's going to have to start producing now if Trent Grisham goes down. We do not know the extent of the injury. I'll let you know on New York Minute, NEWYRK on Instagram as soon as I know tomorrow morning. I'll have the breaking news and on the Yankees postgame show. But if Trent Grisham does go down, that's a big thing for the New York Yankees. I know he's not having the year that we all want him to have. I know that he's lackadaisical and that he burns my bits and that he's Michael K's boyfriend.
That's your boy.
So
You said he was.
Goodbye. That's my boy.
Spencer Jones, you got to start producing, and we also have to find a helmet that fits this guy. Why does his helmet fall off every single time he swings the bat? That has to be distracting. I know I sound like get off my lawn, old man news, but I'm serious. Every time this guy moves on the diamond, his helmet flies off of his head, and it rubs me the wrong way. So keep an eye on the Trent Grisham injury, okay? Then we had the debut of Cruz in the 8th inning, the relief guy that we've been hearing about. You know what? It's so funny. You always think that these guys are young flamethrowers. Apparently, he's been in the minors for 8 years, and he's finally making his major league debut. So it took a little bit of a bloom off the rose up in my head. But once I started seeing this guy pitch tonight, he's the goods. I don't know why he's been down there for 8 years. Hopefully he can keep this up. But the stuff that he had, the 1-2-3 8th, the 1-2-3 9th, absolutely impressive from Cruz. He had the 99-mile-an-hour fastball to strike out the first batter. Then he got the line out for the second out. That was a 101-mile-an-hour fastball. And then his third in the 8th was a 98-mile-an-hour slider. So that's exactly what the New York Yankees are missing in their bullpen. They have too many contact guys. They have too many double play inducing guys like Tim Hill and Hedrick. That's good. but you also need parity in your bullpen. You need flamethrowers and swing and miss kind of guys. Now we got 2 Cruzes, so we're going to be on cruise control a lot. But Cruz is a contact pitcher. Tim Hill's a contact pitcher. Bednar is an everything pitcher. Seems like he's a contact pitcher, if you know what I mean, every time he gets in the game. But the Yankees, this is going to add parity to their bullpen and lengthen it out, which the New York Yankees need. But speaking of length, no Diddy, pause. Carlos Rodon needs to give the New York Yankees length tomorrow. I don't want to see him come out and struggle through 3 innings. And I've been hearing people saying that he's doing his spring training reps up here on the major league level. That's absolute bullshit. Okay, he was ahead of schedule. They kept him down in AAA. They let him give him all the time in the world to get ready. Time to get ready is donezo. He needs to get between his 2 ears in control, and he needs to give the Yankees at least minimum 6 innings tomorrow. Because if the Yankees lose the next game, this series is a split, and we don't get anywhere with Tampa Bay coming in. Now, the big news on Friday is that Garrett Cole will be making his debut on Friday in the Bronx. I will be covering that on tomorrow night's Yankees postgame show. By the way, thank God, blessing in disguise, I am not going to the game tomorrow. Good things happen to good people, I guess, and you won't see a guy wearing sunglasses at night tearing his hair out in right field because Carlos Rodon is pitching, so thank God. But I will be here with the Yankees postgame show tomorrow night, and I just wanted to say thank you guys for all the lovely comments, for watching every single night right here on the Yankees postgame show. And if you haven't watched this show before and you're new, don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to visit the New York Nuts merch store. All the t-shirts you see during the show are made in the USA, just like yours truly. And go over to Instagram on NEWYRKMIN. That's New York Minute Sports. Anywhere in that smoke wagon you call the information superhighway, you can see this beautiful face. Lucky you. Also, thank you to everybody that joined the membership and became a New York Nut for $1.99 a month. We're going to have exclusive content for you guys, and we're going to have interactive live shows. I'm working on it with Riverside FM right now, so go over there, become a member, become a New York Nut, and remember, if you can't be good, be bad, baby! Good night, Canada. You fought a fair one tonight. Bye.
That's your boy.
So
You said he was.
Goodbye. That's my boy.